With just 2 days left to fund the government, President Trump is playing the blame game. In a new memo this week, Trump slammed Democrats for blocking the GOP's short-term funding bill and threatened to fire thousands of federal workers if the government shuts down on October 1st. Before the clock runs out, Trump will meet with the top 4 congressional leaders, Senate Majority Leader John Thune, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, House Speaker Mike Johnson, and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries tomorrow at the White House. Joining us now, Congresswoman Maxine Waters of California, ranking member of the Financial Services Committee, and Congresswoman Debbie Dingell of Michigan, chair of the House Democratic Policy and Communications Committee. Thank you to both of the Congress members for being here with us. Congresswoman Dingell, I want to start with you. What do you want to come out of this meeting tomorrow between the top 4 leaders and the president? And do you think that Schumer and Jeffries can get it done here?
Well, I think this meeting is happening because the president has not met with the Democratic leaders since he became president. And it was a very stupid thing to cancel the meeting last Thursday, because if there is a shutdown, it is going to be a Republican shutdown. But we have got to start to stand up. With the big blank bill, I'll behave, I'm on TV, has ripped health care away from millions of Americans. And when we now talk about the Affordable Care Tax Credit that is going to expire at the end of the year, but the exchange opens November 1st, we're going to see countless millions of families, again, across this country hurt. In my district, a couple that are age 60 will see their health insurance increase by $11,250 if this credit isn't extended. I'm out there. I went to multiple events yesterday. The American people want to see us fight. And his threats, well, I'm going to fire. What do you think he's been doing? They've been firing hundreds of thousands of employees this whole year. And what we need is guardrails so that the money we do appropriate actually gets spent.
Congresswoman Waters, it is obviously a big weekend for the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. I imagine you've spent a little bit of time with Hakeem Jeffries, minority leader. I'm wondering if he's spoken to you at all about what he hopes to accomplish with this meeting at the White House with President Trump tomorrow.
Well, actually, Hakeem Jeffries has been speaking with the Democratic caucus for days about what we want to accomplish. One of the things he's very sure about is we do not want the government to shut down. And we're saying to the Republicans, we want to meet, we want to negotiate, we want to make sure we do everything that we can to have a bipartisan support effort for the people of this country. So he's very clear about that. And he's got 100% support from his caucus.
Yeah. You know, Congresswoman Dingell, one of the things that we have been here before, right, where we have come right up to the brink and then it hasn't. Up until yesterday, we were all having sources tell us that there was going to be a shutdown. It was just a question of how long. Now that this meeting is back, I have some sources that are saying maybe there's something that's going to happen here. Ali Vitali, our fabulous colleague who hosts Way Too Early, was here today, and she said that what she's thinking is going to happen here is going to be the clean CR that was passed in the House by Republicans and some kind of side deal on the health care subsidies that Democrats want. Is that good enough for you? Do you think that's good enough for Democrats to kind of say, okay, we'll sign on in the Senate?
Look, I'm not going to speculate yet because, first of all, this is President Trump. But it's President Trump we're talking about, and we have no idea what is going to come out of it. I think that we are all firm. Congresswoman Waters is absolutely right that we are 100% united, that we've got to fight for the American people. The Republican, we do want a bipartisan deal, but that means you got to talk to us. And they have refused to talk to us until, I mean, he canceled the meeting. Now they're going to have it. We don't know what kind of meeting it's going to be. I'm not going to speculate about what gets discussed, but I know that we have to have guardrails because money that we have already appropriated this year has been taken from school lunch programs, from hospitals, from law enforcement. Let's see. I'm hopeful. I think it's that there is a meeting, but we have to stand up strong for the people we represent. And they have really been hurt by what's happened this year. They want to see us fight for them. And I hope we can reach a bipartisan agreement, but I'm not going to speculate until I talk to my leader after he's been in that meeting.
Congresswoman Waters, I understand that a lot of the focus right now is on the government funding bill and the shutdown, but Democratic voters, as you know, want to see a lot of fight. They want to see Democrats use potentially all the tools that you could have at your disposal. One tool you guys do have is a privileged impeachment resolution. Why not bring impeachment resolutions against FCC Chair Brendan Carr? You and others have said that his tactics, represent an authoritarian playbook.
Well, in the middle of the negotiations that we're trying to get, to talk about impeachment, if you can't count your votes going into impeachment, it's a waste of time. We've been down this route more than once. And so we're focused now on what we can do to get Medicaid paid for. We have $1 trillion that's been taken out of Medicaid. People will die if we don't get Medicaid funded in the way that it should be funded, in Medicare, and the other issues that are before us. But we really are concerned about the health and the health care of the people of this country. And so we're not going to fool around with thinking we can do impeachment or anything like that.
Even though Republicans...
When they go into the White House with Trump, they're going in to talk about what we can do for the American people now to ensure that they have Medicaid and Medicare. And for me, who is the ranking member on the Financial Services Committee, where I have all of HUD, I'm worried about Section 8 and whether or not people are going to have a place to live. We cannot allow homelessness to continue to basically have people on the street in New York and in St. Louis and in L.A., everywhere. As a matter of fact, in my county, there are like 70,000 people on the street every night, and in this country, 700,000 or more. And so we can't play around. We want to negotiate. Now, the president is unpredictable. We don't know where he's coming from. We know that he likes to exercise power, and he likes the fact that they've got to come and sit down with him, and he's going to engage them. But we're hopeful that we can get through to the president. The thing that we do not want, and Hakeem Jeffries has been consistent on this, we do not want to close down the government. We cannot afford to have these federal employees without their paycheck. Some are living paycheck to paycheck. We've been through this before. We remember, I think the last time we had over 800,000 federal employees
don't want to shut
that
down the
really was on the street. Yes.
You don't want to shut down the government, but the stakes that you just described, hundreds of thousands of people potentially dying, are pretty high. I mean, if you don't get the health care subsidies and those concessions, will you shut down the government?
We are not focused on shutting down the government. We go in with the hope and the desire to be able to influence this president no matter what we think about him. And I'm not going to tell you what to think about him right now.
Oh, we know.
You know, think about him. But we're going in, and our leader, Hakeem Jeffries, has been consistent on saying, we want to work with you. We want to get together. We want to make sure that health care is taken care of in this country, because if it's not, people are going to die.
We're out of time, and our executive producer is going to kill me, but we talk a lot about the political blame game. I just want to pull up a very quick graphic before we leave to show what could potentially happen if the government does shut down, just for our viewers to see quickly. Everyone can read it there. Federal employees, Social Security and Medicare, SNAP benefits, national parks, air travel, all things that are at stake. California Congresswoman Maxine Waters, Michigan Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, thank you so much to both of you for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you.